love Biafra. I say we are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. We show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. Biafra's story is the most touching and painful story in the world. Biafrans have been killing every day and night, but nobody is talking. Everywhere silent. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Hey, we said we are Christians, but we do nothing to help the Biafrans. When they are killing Biafrans, we've done nothing to help them. Whether you help or not, we Biafran, we stand and protect our land because we love Biafra. And we will die for Biafra. Oh, we are Biafrans. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. Yeah. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. I am a Biafran. I respect people, but I'm not afraid of them. And I want to use this little opportunity to address those that say that they want to know where I come from. I, Prof. Alison Akoma, I come from town called Nenu in Obingwa, Abia State, and my mother comes from Akwa Ibom. I'm a man that believes what my father used to say. Mberede nyini dike, mberede keji amadike, mberede nyini onye si na ya bụ eze, mberede kejikwa na ameze. I so much believe in that word my father always used to say. We are Biafrans. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. Yeah. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We love Biafra. Our father's land. Yeah. We love and cherish. We love and cherish. Oh.
Once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world, This is Radio Biafra Extra, streaming live through Radio London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Uche Okafor. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. He is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. In a time like this, only few men can say those words without taking it back. Of course, Mazi Uche Okafor is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Prince of Afari Beku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, who, as we speak today, is there in Canada with the IPOB family. The man who stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people. And this is one truth undeniable, in one fact why we must respect him. And by the special grace of Chukwuka Kabiama, he is from Abia State. Abia State is Biafra land. And I remain George Onyibe. I am from Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And I serve the indigenous people of Biafra in the capacity of the African Rep and the Nigerian International Coordinator. I give thanks and praise to the Almighty Creator who lives in heaven and presides over the affair of man, who has set our feet upon these feet that we must follow. I say, may his name forever be praised. I remember I said to us on Sunday evening about a new development on this platform, Radio Biafra Extra. As much as we have that time, we will always present this program to you. When it comes to the issue regarding IPOB, one truth you must have at the back of your mind is that we can only get better. We can only get tougher. We can only get stronger. And we will always get closer to our home. Until then, there will be no peace for anybody that stands against the way of the Biafran people. The more you delay Biafra restoration, the more you give us the privilege to sit back and look at you. And then you see how much you have belittled yourself, I should say. And so moving on with the next program titled Back to Our Root. This is the first edition. Of course, on Radio Biafra Extra, we have the parliament. They're normally supposed to come up on Tuesdays, but we're still working on it. But outside that, on daily basis, from 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., will be a moment where we reflect on who we really are. Because you cannot take a pig and make the pig to grow with a dog. Somewhere along the line, you're going to have a catastrophe. They're not going to blend. No matter the advanced technology you use to crossbreed them, pig will always be pig, and dog will always be dog. And not until a slave, a true bona fide son of a house, understand who he is irrespective of his age, he will be ruled by a slave. But I won't go deep anyway. But I begin to see that most of our people don't know who they are. That is why they do what they do. They say what they say. They act the way they act. And they think they can justify their ignorance with the degree, the PhD they have. They should go to National Assembly now. The Yoruba Agburi National Assembly is your deputy Senate President. That man that stole the symbol of authority, the Mos, is your deputy Senate President. Intellectuals, I hope you are listening. I hope you are listening. Intellectuals, I hope you are listening. We must be careful. And then sometimes it is very important we begin to look back into our origin so that we understand what we are up against. So we understand what we are up against. The best thing for every man is to understand what lies ahead of him. You must understand everything because it is our nature to fear that which we do not understand. And so, having considered that, and I think there is need for us to go back to our root and understand where we are coming from. We are busy now shouting, oh, Fulani are killing us, Boko Haram are killing us, Miati Allah everywhere, Nigerian government is upon our land. Most of you don't know that there are barracks or mini barracks in Biafra land. most of them in River State, in Delta State, in Akwa Ibom State, in Cross River State, where Nigerian army have Onyibe people. When I mean Onyibe, I want you to understand. They have imported expatriates to teach them how to manufacture ammunition. They are doing it in our backyard. Most of you don't know. But it doesn't really matter because we are going home. It doesn't really matter. If they lie, let them bring American Defense Force inside Biafra land. Let them bring Saudi Arabia, Israel. Let them bring everything in Biafra land. When the time comes, we will know. But the earlier you know what you are up against, the better for you. But at the end of the day, we are Biafrans and we remain Biafrans. And so, like I said, the topic we are going to look at, starting with first of all, the theme or the title of this program is simple: Back to our root. Back to our root. And we are going to start with culture, the culture of our people. And I think I should take time to explain certain things. I do not stand here to claim that I know it all or everything we are seeing here is just the way it is, accept it, sink and hook. No. But I expect you that this is not a time where we measure our level of intelligence, our level of exposure, or what we think we know or we do not know. But let this be a time where all of us can be right at the same time wrong, where all of us can be able to systematically and meticulously process the information that will be released for the good of all. Because I understand that there are villages that love cassava, and there are these villages that forbid cassava. Some village eat cocoyam, others do not eat cocoyam. Some village love snake, others forbid it. Some love dog meat, others don't want to come close to it. And then I will be very wrong and I come here and I tell you that our ancestors used to eat dog. Why are we not eating dog again? Because it's shameful. No, I will be very wrong because there are communities that reference dog. Back to their root. That is why I entitled this program, Back to Our Root. And then when we talk generally about our root, you talk about your root. And so my intention is that in 30 minutes, I'm gone with my explanation. And then the line will be open briefly, maybe in 20 minutes, and you air your view. Of course, this is the first day. There is a lot of catching up of us, but we must keep up with time. And then when we are done, we will be going to Biafra land to bring in a cross-section of Biafrans waiting for us already to present their news in different dialects of Biafra land. In Biafra land, I beg your pardon. Like I said, we are going to be looking at, first of all, culture. When you talk about culture, we have 7 pillars of culture. It's going to be a very, very long reach. But understand that the theme, rather the overall theme, will be culture. And then on daily basis, we look at each topic. But this program, when you are sharing this information, when you want to forward it, ask your people to join Radio Biafra Extra. To join Radio Biafra, 7 p.m. Biafran time. Listen to culture, and maybe we'll begin to wake up. Do not forget the principle that governs us. Do not come on my line and tell me, no, it's supposed to be like this. No, talk your own. Talk your own. What do you understand by the issues we are going to discuss? What is your opinion regarding those issues we are discussing? What are we supposed to do regarding the issues we are going to look into? You give your opinion and leave it. But believe me, IPOB is being run by some of the most greatest minds on earth. They'll process this information because we are going home. When you are teaching your children to read A, B, C, D, E, F, you never knew that there are people who were reading A. But how will you know? And if I come and I begin to say A, some of you will even think I'm mad already. You never know. But we must continue. Like I said, the topic is the 7 pillars of culture. There is no building without a pillar. Even the downstairs that do not have a constructed pillar. But of course, they have lintel. It is a casted beam, even though it is lying down horizontally. But at every angle of the house, if it's a downstairs, it's a pillar. The root system of a tree is designed in such a way that it stands as a pillar for the stem that is standing up. In other words, for you to talk about culture and culture to stand, there are 7 steps, there are 7 pillars that you must guide and watch closely, because that will determine whether your culture will fall or whether your culture will stand. And as a people, as a Biafran people, we could not be very proud of ourselves, how much we have helped the enemies to reduce our culture to nothing. I didn't say Nigerians. There are Nigerians who love their culture, who understand the value of what we are about to teach you now. But then we must continue. We look at 7 pillars. 7 pillars. Number 1 is medicine. Medicine. Traditional medicine. I want you to consider it. Today, when we are saying, oh, we are Biafrans, we are formidable, we are Africa, we are giant, we can do and undo. Sometimes you think it's AK-47, gun and bullet. You think it's a bad nuclear weapon. Let me tell you the way we are as a Biafran today. If the Western world decides to sanction Biafra land and say no medical drug should enter Nigeria again, Kwashiorkor, Harold Wilson syndrome, known as Kwashiorkor, will be a child's play. Because today, our own traditional medicine have been considered as evil, unfit for consumption, and as such, has been condemned and relegated to the background completely. Traditional medicine. Medicine is one of the culture that sustained any tradition. There is an ongoing picture on Facebook as we speak, and people are mocking the Hausa Alamajiri, because Hausa child was actually, a cow was urinating, and this Hausa child put his head under the cow's anus and was washing his head with the urine. And a lot of people are commenting. I understand your view anyway, but there are many things you will not understand about that, what that Hausa is doing. Go and look for camel urine. Go and look for camel urine. You will be surprised what they can do with camel urine. Go and get access to camel urine. You will know that most people who say they are going to Mecca, it's camel urine they are going to buy. But we will get there. You will know the potential of all these things. We don't have any medicine again, because more than 90% of Biafrans, they are busy analyzing Ataramasen, Otorumasen, Arabamasen. If it is not sin, it will not work. They'll come to it. The worst part of it is that they will tell you that black man medicine, if you know pepper, make it bitter. If you know bitter, make it hot. If you know hot, you know go walk. Come on. Come on. I'm not going deep. I just want us to look on each of these pillars so you will understand where we'll be going in the near future. And now let's come back. Personal case. I remember when I was poisoned, they say it's a Oba bet or Calabar bet. And I happened to discuss with some of my friends who are medical doctors. And I showed them, I said, look at what is going on. If you see grammar Y here, it's unbelievable. Okotoromosomosiosis, akaratamasakas, oburukututututusiosis, for only my body. I say, what do I do? They say it's bad water. It is a dirty toilet. No grammar, no here. And I look at it. At the end of the day, they prescribe drugs for me. But the only thing I know that all the drugs prescribed for me, all of them are antibiotics. And I was meant to take 70 mils of those drugs. Those injection, 70 mil. Very harsh injection. 70 mil every day. Because they were giving me 7 injection, 10 mil, 7 injection every day through my vein. But I never felt a bit of relief as a result of taking this drug. I never felt any relief. I called my wife. I said, with all these things I'm taking, nothing is happening. At least I fulfilled righteousness. And I went to a friend and said, look at what is happening to me. The friend looked at me and said, no, this is our bet. It forbid injection. It forbid medical medicine. Only God knows whether na cow shit they misgive me. As I pour and form out, our bet stand attention. But the point I want you to see is, without the white drug, we are gone as a people. Let's stop there. You go to the second pillar, food. Food. I have examined every culture and every people on the face of the planet Earth. But I must tell you that none of them have food as much as we have. And then when you see our people, he say, oh, mommy, I can't eat apple. Apple smells, I can't eat apple. And they will teach you in biology that the lines of the food we eat as Biafran, all of them are carbohydrate. Yam, carbohydrate. Gari, carbohydrate. Apple, carbohydrate. What else again? And you believe. And so when they do macaroni for you, they will say contain vitamin E, vitamin Q, vitamin D7. Then you feel, even if Indomie is a starch, and don't you know they have BQ and B7? Were you there where they add it there? But that is not where we are going to. The point I want you to see at the end of the day is they are right. Almost all our food are carbohydrates. But look at how it works. When you swallow apple with correct soup, the ingredient in that soup alone is enough to supply every other nutrient required for your normal growth. I won't go details. So when somebody says, no, we don't have food, we are the one that have food. But how are we treating our food today? We will get there later. We go to the third one, dressing. I see people rejecting our dressing. But it's not as if we have adopted them. But on the global scene, on the national scene, when I mean on the Nigerian setting, the Biafran traditional attire have been relegated to the background. We do not have regard for it again. And so when you see somebody going to wear Buhari, late Buhari or Jubri, Ishiago shirt, Akwete shirt, Amanyanabo shirt, and sometimes I begin to wonder, maybe one day I will go and buy this Arab cloth, that type of Lamido Sanisu used to wear. I will wear it and then use it to enter Okada. I tell you, Senate will pass a bill against dressing like a Lamido Sanisu Lamido one day. If you think I'm lying, dress it, enter Okada, enter Keke na Pepe. You will see what will happen to you. But is it a crime to wear that cloth Lamido Sanusi wear and walk on the street? But these people understand why the pillar of their culture must be sustained. We go to the next pillar, which is marriage. Today now, one of the greatest menace in our land is this crossbreeding, this marriage. But there is more to it. It's not just crossbreeding. It is not just marrying those who are not from your tribe. But it's about the situation that warrants you to do that. There are many things that we are going to look at. We must know when true love is true love. We must know when true marriage is true marriage. We must know what is required from every marriage. We must know why many men are not faithful to their wife. We must know why many wives are not faithful to their husband. We must know whether we need to have plenty children or we need to born one children. Remember, we are not here to indoctrinate you. We are here to reason and go back to our culture, how it is in every community in Biafra land. And then you will see, you will liberate yourself in the end. You would have been able to liberate yourself in the end. Mental slavery. You would have been able to emancipate yourself. We look at security. Today, the Hausas has always has a security even before the British came. The Yoruba, I believe the same thing. But I understand that the idea of having security was something different in our land. Because before now, who born you to go farm, go thief cassava? You cannot go to farm. Some people even harvest the crop in their farm, keep it by the roadside. It will stay there weeks. Nobody will touch it. And then I think there was no church. I think there was no police. Because I hardly, for almost 30 years of my life, or let's say 20 years of my life, I hardly see somebody being arrested by police. The only case police have, the only department of police that function is the one they call NTD, Accident Division. So you only see people drive or kill somebody, motor have accident. That is what you see. Who do you want to? You want to carry a motor that witches use at night and they pack it in the morning. You want to drive it? You kill yourself for nothing. But today, with all the security there, their duty is to kill you, victimize you. We need to understand how it works. So when you see security, you know who they are. You know what they stand for. You know what they represent. We know if they are the colonial master, the garden manager, the plantation directors, you need to know who they are. Then we look at the sixth one, which is religion. Sometimes when we come here, we talk about religion. And some people say, hey, don't talk about religion. Don't talk about Christianity. Don't talk. Very soon now in Kaduna, there will be no crossover night again, for your information. In Kaduna, any moment from now, there will be no crossover night. Remember how we used to do it? Crossover of Israel to Egypt. Crossover of Egypt to Israel. There will be no more crossover for you. They've told you. 11 p.m. to 4. So very soon, oh ye church, get ready. You know, we are just talking to you so you wake up, you Christians. We are talking to you, Biafran Christian, worshiping Yoruba church, but you will not understand. You say, oh, they are castigating us. How can they insult Rome? How dare they talk to Pope? How dare they talk to my Yoruba pastor? That is not where we are going to. The moment the religion of a people is destroyed, one of the pillars that hold the culture of that people, which is their main source of existence, is weakened. That is why you see all the world power have their own God. They don't forbid their people from accepting any religion, but they have their own God. That is why when you see our brothers who are supposed to follow the Jewish way introduced by IPOB in order to give us a religious front, some of them are busy doing Ogomo and doing anything they like because they do not understand what this religion stands for. It is one of the pillars. And finally, the last pillar there is the relationship pillar. Relationship pillar. There is barely any relationship these days. Just, I want you to look at relation. All this topic I'm telling you, even the end of this year, we may not be able to exhaust it because we are going to look at every one of them. Relationship pillar. I want you to look at the world today. In those days, they gather the whole children in a family. They will put a rice on a very wide train and ask all of them to sit down and eat. All the children, they will surround that. That is when you know that some people, their mouth have tamaku. To be rushing it. Everybody's eating together. You do not know the implication of family eating together. Today, when you give birth to 3 children, the other one is speaking Jamaica, the other one is speaking Latin, the other one is speaking India. Just all of them, when you say come, 2 will come, 5 will run. Because we are not no relationship in the family any longer. Some of us, our teacher, nanny, take care of our children. Your children don't even know you. When you come back from office, they just look at you. Oh, this woman have come again. This is your nanny. I'm not telling you what they told me. In fact, I felt so bad with myself some time ago when my second son was calling my housemaid, Mommy. My son will be crying. It's my housemaid that is the only person that can pamper my son. I'll look at my wife, I'll say, oh, no relationship any longer. You can't even allow your children to stay and grow with you, to even know you. Some of you listening to me now, you will see you don't have any relationship with your children. Of course, they are your children. The moment you give birth to them, the only joy is after dedication or naming ceremony. The next thing you do, you hammer them inside one. What do they call it? Is it crunchy or kindergarten? You hammer them there. The moment you put them there, before they get to 3 years, they are in the boarding school. From boarding school to boarding school to boarding school to border school to, if they go to all the border school, bordering you from them, the next thing you come out, you do, you send them abroad. And then you are very proud daddy. But those children, they don't know you. They know nothing about you. You think it's advancement? Our fathers didn't die. They lived in us. We need to look at all of them. But like I said, this is just the beginning. This is the overall of some of the things we're going to look into in the upcoming days. each of these pillars has its own branches. We will explore all of them. And then you will check and know where problem is coming to you. Because there are a lot of things you are doing today. You are ignorant, honestly. And as a result of your ignorance, you're complicating whatever we are doing here. And as a result, it's not going to go down well. But then God is faithful. God has started the journey. Liberating the Biafra nation is not just being in control of our space. We need to deliver ourselves, our mind. We need to deliver ourselves, total deliverance. I'll be back in a minute.
We are Biafra. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. I say we are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. We show the whole world how much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish Biafra story.
Yes, sir. At this moment, our lines are open. And maybe you have one or two things to say. Understand, we are just starting this program. But if you have any contribution to say, because I promise I will leave the line open, you call and just make your point brief. Make your point brief. I may receive one or two, three calls before we go back to our studio to join in with our correspondents presenting news in different dialects in Biafra land. And of course, the line to call remains our direct line, which is 081-221-52971. Our direct line is open. You have anything to say, to add to what I've said so far, it is open for all of us. Like I said, our direct line is 081-221-52971. And our WhatsApp line is also open, which is 070-815-45642. We have to save ourselves completely. The journey has just begun. And so make no mistake about it.
We Biafran, we stand and protect our land because we love Biafra, and we will die for Biafra. Oh, we are Biafran. We are Biafran. We love Biafra.
Yes, sir. Call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi George Onyibe. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here, my brother. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Mazi. My name is Chema Nwokike Ugochukwu. I am calling from India. I hail from Mbe. Mbe is in Olu province, Biafra land. Mazi, please permit me to appreciate you.
No, this is not the time. Did you listen to this program? Did you listen to this program?
Yes, okay, Mazi.
There is no too much talk. Go direct to the point. Ketu asekuya wasena ogonogo akeko anora. Go ahead, go straight to the point, my brother.
Okay, Mazi. Our leader kuzigora ụzọ eziokwu, so I like ikene Chukwu okike abịama. Maazị ihe m nwere ikwu, what I have to contribute in your teachings. Firstly, I am happy to be the first person to call in these studies of back to our roots. Maazị, you see our land, the evil people, they have finished us. They have turned everything upside down. They have tried their best to wipe us as a human being. You come to our land where everything have value. Mazi, I know how old my late father was before he started wearing red cap. I know how old my late father was before he started wearing the tiger clothes. But you see today, even at the old age, if you are a man, you have not reached to the age to wear red cap, you can never wear it. In the old age, if you are a man, you have not reached to wear the tiger head clothes, you can never wear it. And today, you are seeing some of our women using tiger head clothes to sew trousers, to sew clothes to wear. And their husbands will see it. They cannot say anything. Old things passed away. New things began. Mazi, I thank you very much. I thank Chukwu Okike for providing you guys. It's like Radio Biafra is. In fact, Mazi, I don't understand what people are still asking. Give us Biafra, give us Biafra. Since we have people like you, I bless Chukwu Okike in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi, you see today there is no love, there is no happiness, there is no joy into us. A brother cannot associate with his brother. A brother cannot do business with his brother. A brother cannot do anything with his own blood without even seeking advice from Hausa Fulani people.
That is because the seventh pillar of our culture have been destroyed. But we will rebuild it.
Yes,
we will rebuild it.
Yes, Mazi. Those people, you see them, they are the one destroying us. They are the one our people are liking. They are the one our people are loving. If things are happening to you, someone you see, you can table it with, is Hausa Yoruba Fulani, who cannot speak your language. There is some things we used to say in our Igbo dialect. You cannot be able to speak in English language. Oh, Mazi, it's okay, my brother. I thank you very much for your studies. According to what you said today, Mazi, I pray that Chukwu Okike Abịama will touch our people to hear, to understand, to know why we are here, to know why Radio Biafra is here, to understand and acknowledge and give respect to whom respect deserves to. Without any evil elders is not with us. If you are not a good elder, you are not with us. If you are not a good father, you are not with us. If you are not a good mother that can teach your children what to do, you are not with us.
And bless you. Oh, hey, Biafra. Like I said, the purpose of this program is not to condemn anybody. It's not to condemn any system. It is to tell ourselves the truth. There was a time they call it test by moonlight. Ichoku. In those days as a child, every evening we gather to see test by moonlight. Some people will say, we have advanced now, we don't need it. Can't you do test by moonlight in your house? But how will you encourage your children to do test by moonlight when you don't know the meaning of test by moonlight? When you don't know what they are doing there? That was the first stage to begin to teach children how to reason. Watch, many of our elders can't reason because they didn't even experience it. Story was a period, a system introduced by our ancestors to teach us how to reason. They will say, touches can't do like this, touches can't do like that, touches can't do like this, touches. In my village then, when we want to talk about test by moonlight, there is a song we will sing. He say, then we will respond, Kolanye, call kwasi, anyị ga-ego ntị mara ife ga-akọ ọsịsọ. That is the beginning of reasoning. That is why you don't go to school to have sense. You go there to get certificate. From kola anyị call kwasi, anyị ga-ego ntị mara ife ga-akọ ọsịsọ. That test by Mullah. Many of us have sense, not all those. Well, let's continue. Can you hear me, caller on the line? Yes, good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from? And I hope you know our topic this evening.
My name is Onyibe. I'm calling from Enugu State in Biafra land.
Of course, that is how. Sorry for that. That is how some of them behaves anyway. Can you hear me, caller on WhatsApp?
Hello, Maz. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. I hope you know the topic we are looking into.
Yes, Maz. My name is Paul, calling from Libreville, Gabon. Yes, Maz. The topic of this evening, as you are saying, that the problem is that the division among ourselves is what these people used to divide us. And what I want to say this evening, I mentioned it this afternoon with my friend. I told him that.
Did you hear what I said? I'm not sure you were following. We were talking about going back to our roots.
It's what I'm saying. It's what I want to say. It's like our root is that what we have been doing before. Like before, if somebody offended you, you don't need to call police or what, because we need. There's something our fathers calling Amadio and all the rest. Those people use Christianity to destroy all those things and remove it from us. And now they are doing us the things we have never seen, because we have already destroyed all those things with the Christianity. That is why you cannot love your brother cannot love you. And when somebody offended, our people normally before, if you see something white, you say it's white. If you see something black, you say it's black. But now it's not like this. It's not like that again, because all those things we have been fearing for have been removed. The religion, our religion, have been removed from us, because we believe in a white man religion.
You very much.
So that's what I'm saying. So people need to come back in our religion, come back for what is gathering us,
culture, our roots,
people, our culture,
you
our
see,
roots.
come back
so
to your
we need
roots.
to come back. Our leader said, come back to our roots. If you come back to our roots,
you
must surely get what we are looking for.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Caller on the line.
Hello.
Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, my fellow Biafra. My name is Frank. I'm calling from Germany.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. There is my contribution in the topic of this evening is this. I could remember when I was still a kid, we'll go to farm. When we are coming back from farm, we'll see so many things along the farm road. Then with our dad, I will be asking him questions. Who owns all this? He said it's from other part of our co-neighbors in the farm. And then this time we are saying there was no church. Everything was moving smoothly. We can go to the scream around 8 o'clock in the night. Nobody will harm you. Then nobody stays. And this time we are talking of, there was no church. Everywhere was peaceful. We had peace. But now, everywhere in our land has churches everywhere. But yet, we don't have peace. This should tell us that we have missed the way. We are not really serving the real Chukwu Okike Abiyama. We are not really serving the real Chukwu Okike Abiyama, because nobody will serve God of heaven and will not be at peace. So I love your topic this evening. I think it is high time we trace where we've gotten it wrong.
Thank you very much, brother. We must continue. Our people must remain focused. The purpose of this topic is simple. Let it be an eye-opener. I am not here to condemn any of these things, but I want you to recognize and hold our root, our culture, higher than any other. Self-esteem. Without, you can't complain. They hate me. They treating me like this. But how much do you love yourself? How much do you care for yourself? How much do you treasure what your ancestors labored for? Open your eyes. It's still happening today, I must tell you. I went to an island in Biafra, and when I got to this island, call on WhatsApp. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp.
I'm calling from Germany.
Yes, just hold on. Just hold on the line.
I'm calling from Germany.
Just hold on the line. Hold the line. I will come for you. Just hold the line.
Okay.
Yes. So, like I was saying,
Yeah,
I went to an island in Biafra State. That should be 2 years ago. And when we got to the island, when we dropped from the boat, I saw young girls at the age of like 25, 30, or should I say 20, 25. They were all having their bath naked by the riverside. And you know, having been exposed to this kind of cultureless environment, I was like, look at the girls. I was like, you understand that feeling. And I coordinate myself. And now look at that water side. They were grown-up men, young men and women. Everybody was naked, bathing freely. And now watch all the men. He doesn't look at them to if a girl is naked. You know, I didn't see no church in that very place. So, but it looks as if everybody was like, God, what does it mean? I'm naked, I'm not naked. But come to this, you will see them, they will rape you. Well, they will tell you that it's because you are dressing sexy. That is why they're raping you. No, culture has been bastardized. Go ahead, my brother, online, on WhatsApp. Go ahead, please.
Sure.
The network is really bad from your own end, and how wish it's not happening.
Calls the zoo because of the bad thing. The zoo have put everything in our culture, in our lives negative. I know when we are small, this moonlight play, we always go there. But in sometimes, kidnapping, all these things. So family don't want their children to go out because everywhere is danger. But now, the only thing I can say is Biafra. That's the only solution. When we get Biafra, we put our home together, our land together, we have security, everything will be okay. Without that, that's not, as far as you are still in this condition, no solution for it. The only thing I can say is when we get our country, we have security. And our people said, now, Akuzo, Iroala. So when the word circulate for everyone, that envy will go. Because envy bring many things in our place. When people, they're too much poverty. No, there's too much poverty in our land. So all these things have made people not to reason very well. If you talk about culture now to young people, they will say, what is the culture?
Evil.
This and that, blah, 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 blah. No?
It's evil.
They say it's evil because of all these things. So my contribution there is only Biafra is the last solution for that. When we get Biafra, we put our country together.
Thank you very much. Yep. And now we will be drawing the curtain for this evening. Like I said, it's just going to be 1 hour program, and that will be all. We're looking at a study that is going to take months before we can cover them. It is known as Back to Our Roots. We're going to examine the 7 foundations of our culture, which is number 1, our traditional medicine. Number 2, our local food. Number 3, our mode of dressing. Number 4, our marriage institution. Number 5, our security outfit. Number 6, our religion, importance. Number 7, relationship. If these 7 foundations stand, you can never be defeated. I listened to one of the president of Israel, Netanyahu's speech, when he had a meeting with Christians Unite with Israel. And he said something to them that the Israel people are about 60 million and the world. That is one thing they lack, population. But he said he's happy. The good news is that even though their population is few, even the country that have billion population will not terrorize them. And this is because they know their root. They understand the enemy, the world can be against them, but their chi is always with them. But who is our chi? My grandmother worship Chukwu Kikabiama. My uncle worship Osolo Buruwa. The next one worship Shango. The other one worship Yoruba pastor. All of us. So who is the chi? There are many things we need to correct. We must learn from others. You can talk anything about Yoruba. Yoruba pastors know that they have to go to Shango and bow down for blessing. And they still come and take you to heaven. That is their culture. That will understand. They can kill all of you to protect Allah. But yeah, they still wear talisman on their waist. You are the only one. Your pastor is selling you a bottle of blood of Jesus and bottle of holy water, tears of Mary Magdalene. But the Nigerian police and Boko Haram army and their bodyguard. Wake up. Wake up. To go home to Biafra land, we must travel the nook and cranny of British government territory called Nigeria. And that is why Ojukwu said, we've tried to keep this country one, but it's not working. And now it is time to visit the very foundation of this British created evil enclave known as Nigeria. I sign off temporarily for here. Do not go anywhere, stand by, as we will be joining our brethren from other studio. Tomorrow we'll start with the main program, with the main study, which will focus more on our traditional medicine. Good night for a moment. I'll be back in a while.
Yeah. Oh, we are Biafra. We love Biafra. We are Biafrans. We love Biafra. I say we are Biafrans. We love Biafra. We are Biafra.